When you have an employee who works in more than one location, you'll want to assign one as their main or primary location. Right now I am logged into Little Red Schoolhouse number 1, and we're going to add a new employee to this location. I'm going to Employee Data and Payroll, and we'll click the little drop down arrow next to Add Employee, and we're going to choose this first time to add them as a new person. They're not yet in Procare. So we'll type in a last name and a first name and give them a date of birth and maybe assign a gender. And that's enough for now. You could always come back later and fill in the rest of the information. So now we have a new employee, Roberta Harrison. Now there are a couple of other things we need to do. The most important is to go to the Information and Relationship screen and assign a primary school, a primary location for this person. It's going to be the location we're in, and since this is the only location they've been set up at so far, it's the only choice we have. So this is their primary location. Then we'll choose a work area, the room or area in the building that they normally work at when they're here at this location. And let's say at Schoolhouse number 1, Roberta normally works in the infants room, and we'll save and we'll exit that. Now we also need to set up a pay rate for her. Pay rates are all managed from her primary location, so this Schoolhouse number 1 is the right place to set up the pay codes. Let's say that she normally works as a teacher, and we'll type in her hourly rates, and this is the rate that she would be paid benefits at as well. And we'll save that. Now we could add additional ones here if she worked part-time as an assistant teacher or a director or something else. We could add additional pay codes. We'll just exit. Now one last thing we need to do before we leave location number 1 is to give her an employment date to show that she's currently employed here on her work history screen. So we'll say she started June 1st, she's currently employed, we'll save, and we'll exit. And so now we've got her set up fine in location number 1. We're going to go back to the Procare home screen, and now we're going to change to location number 2 because she works there as well. We'll select that, go to Employee Data and Payroll. This time when we add her, we'll add her as an existing person because she's already in the database. And we'll just type in the first few letters of her last name, say we only want to search for adults, and there it finds her, Roberta Harrison. We'll select her, and now she has been added to Schoolhouse number 2 as well. A couple of things we need to do. One is to go to her Information and Relationship screen, and this is the most important part. It will default to the location you're in. It defaults to Schoolhouse 2. But we need this to be the same. Her primary location needs to be the same in every school. So we're going to set this to Schoolhouse 1. So if she works in 3 locations, whichever one you decide to be her primary, it needs to be marked the same in each one. Now her work area can be different. It could be that while she's at this location, location 2, that she works perhaps in a different room like the toddler's room. So we can set that here. And we'll save that and we'll exit. If we try to assign a pay rate to her, we'll get a message reminding us that pay rates are managed in their primary school. And then the last thing to do is to indicate that she is indeed currently employed at this location as well, because that could vary from one location to another. So we'll assign and say that she started here on the same day, and now she's currently employed in both locations. So that's the basic setup. If you had additional locations with this person worked, you'd return to the Procare home screen, simply change the school, and repeat those steps, making sure to assign the same primary location in each school. Thank you.